So there's this totally different side of Japan that a lot of tourists don't get to see because they end up following this sort of mainstream itinerary, and the places that they go aren't bad. It's just that it doesn't give you the full picture of Japan. Like Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Nara, Okinawa, things like that, even Hokkaido. I mean, Hokkaido is very big, but these places are awesome, but people typically stay close to the city. You can experience potent cultural things like temples and festivals, but there's this whole other side that you miss out on because you're not exploring enough, and that's what I want to show y'all. I've been out here in Japan, living here for 8 years now, and there's just an abundance of natural experiences and things that you wouldn't think to go to if you didn't live here. At least in my opinion, I was very ignorant and only explored the basics when I first came out here. But living here definitely showed me a different side of Japan. Our first premium destination is Ikaho, located in Gunma Prefecture. This is the #1 spot for your fall season travels in Japan. The sights are dope. They are potent and overall breathtaking. You have the wonderful and colorful fall leaves, which are accompanied by the magnificent Kajika Bridge that creates this synergy with nature to help accentuate the best aspects of the fall foliage. In addition to that, we have the fantastic Ikaho Shrine, which gives us a beautiful view of the area as it is at the very top of the famous Ikaho stone steps, which, by the way, a fun fact, the steps going up to the shrine are 365 steps in total. This represents the town's desire for the place to remain lively 365 days a year. Plus, you get the added benefit of seeing the awesome shrine when you finally climb up. All these things that I have mentioned make Ikaho a fantastic spot to visit. But I haven't even covered the final thing and my most favorite thing about this place, the hot springs. You must have the Ikaho Onsen experience. Trust me when I say there is nothing more cathartic than being ass naked in nature, just cheeks out, enjoying the hot spring water, appreciating the beautiful views, and feeling that natural breeze all around you. It's just something that cannot be emulated. You have to experience it for yourself. And great news for people with tattoos, you have no worries here because these two hot springs that I showed in this video are tattoo friendly, so you have no worries. You can experience this deep, this very potent cultural experience without any worries. So, if you're ever in Japan and want to try out something different, make sure to visit Ikaho. It is a premium experience. So, our next potent destination is Mount Tsukuba, located in Ibaraki Prefecture. This has been one of those experiences that remains in my mind just so vibrant. Something about seeing the mountain in the distance and then trekking the trail to go up brings you together with nature like no other experience really can. You see, when you're on this journey, your mind ceases to wander and you are so engaged in the experience with all of your senses. Nothing else matters. And the greatest reason that I recommend these experiences in this video is because it's a vibe that the city could never give you. So let's talk about this mountain journey. The journey to get to the mountain and the surrounding scenery were immaculate. I particularly loved the big orange gates, which are known as tori in Japanese. They mark the entry point into a sacred space, and with a gate of this size, you know mountains are a big deal in Japanese culture. In particular, Mount Tsukuba is special because it has two main peaks which are associated with Izanagi and Izanami from Japanese mythology. These are the deities that are said to have created the Japanese islands. So each peak not only has a phenomenal view, but there is also a direct connection to Japan's mythology. That's some premium shit right there, bruh. Now, I'd like to take the time and talk about the trail, specifically the little details and things that we encountered along the way up. The varying terrain made the journey up the mountain strenuous, but very entertaining. On top of that, places like this have what Japanese people like to call power spots. These are points of interest that capture a particular aesthetic or vibe in the area. One such location was this ginormous stone. I mean, look at this nonsense, homies. Isn't that amazing? Maybe even a little scary, like it could fall at any moment. Little details like these power spots elevate the experience that much more. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. Stupendous, man. After enjoying the company of this big old rock, we continue our travels and run into yet again another power spot. This time, it's a sort of mini cave that you can go through with a tiny shrine inside. It may seem like something minute, but these spots add a bit of extra charm to the journey, a little bit of pizzazz. And it makes me feel like I'm actually on a little adventure, discovering things, kind of like Legend of Zelda, you know? You know what I'm saying, gamers? Words are just not enough. They could never provide you with the full picture. You'd have to experience it yourself. Me exerting energy, using my entire body to traverse the varying terrain was honestly great exercise. And getting these great sights and experiences was just premium. It was all a wholesome package. Continuing onward and upward, we come across yet another power spot. Another stone. Some clean cuts, jagged edges. Look at that geometry. Hell yeah! We then move on swiftly from this, through different obstacles, steep inclines, to be rewarded finally with our first viewpoint. This peak is associated with Izanami, the female counterpart of the god duo mentioned earlier. Being up here was liberating. I was in awe by the view and the sort of natural stone platform that serves as a lookout and hangout spot. A tremendous achievement after a journey up the mountain. After having appreciated the peak, we then moved on to find ourselves in the rest area with various shops. Since it was lunchtime, we got ourselves some delicious udon to replenish our energy. I've got to say, having udon on the mountaintop was phenomenal. And not only was it rejuvenating, but in a way, very therapeutic. With natural ingredients, it was the perfect dish for my wife and I to help reset. Having had time to rest, we were ready to head to the next peak. So the journey continued. Going from one peak to the other was not as strenuous as the main climb up the mountain, so we got there rather smoothly. Now, we appreciated the view associated with Izanagi. Now, having conquered the obstacles to get up here, and having appreciated the sights, it was time to make our way down, so we headed towards the gondola. And even on the return path, there were just so many stunning sights. Just wonderful sights all throughout this journey. So if you find yourself in Japan, come out to the spots I've mentioned and let me know how you like them. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It helps the channel a lot. And if you'd like to see more Japan vlogs or Japan discussions, subscribe to the channel to keep up with my journey and what that entails. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.